Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Creasy, and we begin with breaking news for you at noon. Charges have officially been filed against a 17-year-old accused of being involved in a drive-by shooting in Moorhead on June 19th. The shooting took place in the 1100 block of 12th Street South. The Clay County Attorney's Office has filed 9 felony charges on the 17-year-old, which include murder first degree with intent and murder second degree drive-by shooting and multiple counts of assault. Moorhead PD do say that the victim did survive the shooting. The juvenile is not in custody and authorities are actively working to arrest them. There is a nationwide arrest warrant for the 17-year-old. vehicle in this case, a white Chrysler 300 with Minnesota plates EJJ 379, has not been located. Police say there is an unknown risk to public safety. And it's shaping up to be a pretty nice day, but our first alert storm team is alerting you to storms in the forecast. Let's check in with Summer Schnellbach. Summer?
Thanks so much, Austin. Yes, tomorrow we have called for a first alert weather day because of the severe storm potential, but we also have storms in the forecast for later on tonight. Here's a look at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for this evening and more so into the late night hours. You can see the risk is greater off to our south and west. However, in our region, any severe storms would be capable of ping pong ball size hail, gusts 60 upwards of 70 miles per hour, and an isolated tornado generally off to the west. Tomorrow, more of us are under that a slight risk for severe, which means scattered severe storms. And the risks are greater as well. Golf ball size hail, gusts to 75 miles per hour, and an isolated tornado. This afternoon, temperatures in the 80s and a few areas in the low 90s for tomorrow, I should say. And we're going to combine that with some humidity too. That is storm fuel. We'll talk more about the heat index, go over the timing of our 2 rounds of storm as well, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, you've got it. Thank you, Summer. And the North Dakota Department of Transportation has released numbers on a statewide Click It or Ticket campaign. From May 1st to June 2nd, law enforcement agencies across North Dakota issued a total of 4,061 citations that were attributed to the overtime enforcement patrols. Of the total citations, 2,848 were citations for failure to wear a seatbelt, and 38 were child restraint citations. More data on the campaign can be found under this story on our Valley News website at valleynewslive.com. And it is day 6 of the Red River Valley Fair, and it's underway with more festivities for people to enjoy. And that's where we find Valley News team's Anna Ballweber at the fairgrounds with a look at the day ahead. Anna, what should people know?
Yeah, Austin, that's right. I'm here at the Red River Valley Fair where it's day 5 right now. Now, gates don't open until 2 o'clock. We're looking around that noon hour right now. So we're actually in a golf cart and we're going to take you just kind of on a trip around here, just looking at everyone setting up and just kind of setting the scene for what's happening here starting at 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start this golf cart here if I can. There we go. All right, I'm with Valley News team's Ethan Kramer here. I don't know why he let me drive this thing. But you can see all of the food here. So everything is closed right now, but it looks so good already. You can see there's lemonade. I see corn dogs. My favorite fair food is fried pickles. I'm not seeing that yet, but we do have a meet and greet at 2 o'clock. So if you're coming to that meet and greet, you can find me at the fried pickle stand for sure. All right, so we're getting into some of the games here. Kind of on the left side is more of the kidway, and everything on the right side is more of the midway. Those are my kind of rides over here. I saw a haunted house I'm really excited to get into. I've got kind of a speed bump here right now. Ah! We got a big old Ferris wheel in front of me here. Perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop this golf cart here, make sure we're safe. There we go. So like I said before, gates open at 2, and it is actually senior day. So if you're over the age of 55, you get in for free. Now, we're going to be live all throughout the evening, so you can check back in with me around 4 o'clock. But for now, I'll send things back to you in the studio.
Awesome. Thanks, Anna. And like she just said, free for seniors today, so go check it out. And we'll be there live throughout the rest of the week to bring you all of the sights and sounds of the fair. And a Fargo man in Cass County Jail is facing additional charges after the Cass County Sheriff's Office says he assaulted one of their deputies multiple times. On March 18th, 2025, a Cass County deputy was called to help with an uncooperative inmate who was waiting to be taken to court. Documents say the deputy attempted to work with Neo Kapsua, but he was unwilling to go to court. While Kapsua was in court holding, documents say he bit the deputy on his left hand, and after his courthouse appearance, the deputy says he spit on him 3 different times. Documents also say once his leg irons were taken off, he kicked the deputy in the lower abdomen. Kapsua is now facing charges of simple assault on a peace officer and contact by bodily fluids. He also had charges of preventing arrest and criminal trespass for another incident on March 17th. And one person has died after a cement truck rolled over in Ramsey County, North Dakota yesterday. Highway Patrol says it happened on 41st Street Northeast, about 4 miles south of Crary. They say just before 9:30 a.m. a cement truck was heading eastbound on the gravel road when, for some reason, the right rear tires left the roadway and the truck rolled over, coming to rest on the driver's side. Highway Patrol says the driver, a 37-year-old man from Carrington, died from his injuries, and the crash remains under investigation. And no arrests have been made after a young woman's vehicle was caught in the crossfire of a shootout. This happened in downtown Fargo over the weekend. Police say early Sunday morning they stopped a different car at the intersection of 13th Avenue South and 25th Street South. An officer noticed bullet holes in that vehicle. Their investigation led them back to Broadway North near the old Broadway, where they say a shootout happened earlier in the night and they found multiple shell casings and the victim's car.
Very nerve-wracking, but I'm just thankful that I wasn't in the car. You know, I wasn't physically hurt. It was just a lot to take in and stuff, and I just feel like it's pretty scary, and especially happening in Fargo, North Dakota, it's kind of unheard of.
The victim says she was out with her friends and that her car had only been parked for about an hour before she returned to find it like this. If you have any information on the case, you can call Fargo Police. And the felony jury trial for a former Cass County deputy accused of being in possession of child porn is now scheduled for January 26th next year. Carson Quam is facing 10 counts of possession of certain prohibited materials. Last month, a district court judge denied a motion to suppress a search warrant in which evidence was collected at Quam's home. During the search, 8 items were seized, including multiple phones, a laptop, a tablet, and a USB drive. A pretrial conference is scheduled on December 15th. And a West Fargo man is facing assault charges after he allegedly strangled a woman in front of one of her children while she was holding a 6-week-old baby. According to court documents, West Fargo police were called to the domestic situation Monday morning. When they arrived, a man walked towards them and kneeled on the ground in the parking lot and put his hands behind his head. The man, later identified as Kyle Glaser, told police that things had gotten physical between him and another person, but said he didn't hit the victim. When police made contact with the victim, she told them Glaser got upset after hearing some bad news, yelled at her, threw her on the couch, and choked her. She also told police that this happened as she was holding their 6-week-old child and in the presence of her 3 other children. Glaser faces charges including aggravated assault and child neglect.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh jeez!
And that right there is not something you see every day. That was exclusive video sent in from VNL viewer Dusty Howlett in Grand Forks, who captured the moment a paraglider hit a power line and then crashed into the Red River last night. According to the Grand Forks Fire Department, crews were called out just before 8:40 p.m. to the Riverside Dam boat ramp, where they found the paraglider in the river. Authorities say the man wasn't hurt during the incident, and rescue crews were able to help him get back to shore. Multiple agencies assisted in the rescue efforts. Authorities also want to remind people to remember their life jacket when operating any equipment near the water.